Well, look at this beautiful day that we have here. You can see the grass is starting to green up and spring is definitely springing here in St. Paul, Minnesota. There's a look at the downtown area, a Best Western Hotel, and the Cathedral of St. Paul. Right there, a famous historic St. Paul landmark. But we are not visiting those locations today. No siree. We found this little hidden gem right over here called Western Sculpture Park here in St. Paul, Minnesota. And even a nomadic hippie in a big rig could access this park. Plenty of parking around here, and this looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Well, hello there, and welcome to another beautiful day for an adventure here in St. Paul. We are going to be visiting Western Sculpture Park today. I have been here one other time before on my other channel, but I thought, hey, you know what? Let's get it on this channel as well. This is a beautiful little sculpture park just tucked in the backyard area of some apartment buildings. Just another hidden gem here in St. Paul that we're going to check out today. If you are brand new to this channel, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on a thing. Welcome to another edition of Tommy Travels. It's Tommy Travels. This should be fun, you guys, so come on with me. Let's go see what there is to see. Here's a little bit of a closer look at what we're in for today. Got a walking path with all sorts of beautiful sculptures to check out and enjoy. Not a huge walking path, but a very fun one. And this is where we start, Western Sculpture Park, put on by City of St. Paul Parks and Recreation. Thank you, City of St. Paul Parks and Recreation. This should be a fun adventure. And before we even get a chance to walk around the path, look at what they have here. This is probably my favorite bench that I've ever came across here in my Tommy Travels adventures. It's completely made out of graffiti art and cement. And I love graffiti art. If you're a fan of this channel, you definitely know that. And this isn't just numbers and letters painted on. No, they're designed into the bench. Look at that. See, there's depth to it. They're actually sculpted into this bench, which makes it even that much cooler. Wow. What an awesome little place to be able to sit down and take in the views of a sculpture park right from a sculpture itself. And so the first one to check out here today is this yellow cone looking thing. Not sure exactly what this is, but it reminds me of the cheerleading squad. There's always the one that has the cone and they're like, go team, go! Go team! That's what it reminds me of. But there are no placards or anything around that say who the artist is or what the piece is called or anything like that. So for these, we're just gonna have to use our imagination. Okay, so this is just something I have to do. Take a look up inside. It's Tommy Travels! It's got a pretty good echo in there. Sometimes I just have to amuse myself. And I am not sure what this piece is called either, but if I had to title it, I think it would be called Cubby Hole. All sorts of little nooks and crannies for kids and adults of all ages to crawl in between and up, and looks like one chair over there and one chair over there, secret passageway. I don't know, it gets the imagination going, that's for sure. Well, it looks like this little park has actually two of my favorite benches of all time. Look at that, a skeleton head with a little place to sit down. Almost looks like a tongue sticking out. Then they've got a bench over on this side that you can sit at, and one on this side. capped off by the American flag. I love this. Look at that. Everything about this bench just screams America. I love it. This is an awesome bench, but the practicality of actually sitting on it, if you're going to sit on it, you may want to stick towards this side, because as you go down the bench, you need a smaller and smaller rear end. I don't think I'm going to be fitting over here on this end anytime soon. And here we've run across somebody just kind of watching over things here at the park, making sure all the sculptures are doing well. And I really like this too, because even down to the feet, the metal bases even look like feet, like one is slightly forward from the other. Just kind of standing around, making sure everything's okie dokie. And here's the path that we were walking down. We've come across this little courtyard, which I believe normally has benches to sit in and take in the beauty of nature and beautiful weather, and admire this little sculpture right here. I'm not sure exactly what this is, but it looks quite heavy. This is like solid stone of some sort. Very beautiful. And then over here further down the path appears to be some type of a concession stand or something, and I believe last time I was here this was under construction, and this is the final project. Look, there's solar panels right there on top to offer some sort of power for the place. It is quite shut down right now, but I imagine that you can get some goodies, or it could just be a shed for landscaping equipment and things like that too. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but there it is. And then right in the middle of it all, look at this one here. My goodness. These apartments are like 3 stories tall. This towers over them. This must be, that must be 50 to 60 feet high, I would assume. This is definitely the biggest one here. My goodness. Those are big, huge beams. That must have been something to set up this one too. My gosh. And I've zoomed into the very top of the sculpture, where you can see that metal ring is attached to the top of it, and as the wind blows, that actually moves a little bit. It might be kind of hard to pick up right now because the wind isn't blowing very hard, but it is definitely moving. And this is probably my very favorite one in the whole park. I love it because it has like a futuristic, like from the 50s futuristic kind of a feel to it. Kind of a space alien vibe, which doubles as a weather vane. Those cones on top, just right on time. They started moving around. Whenever there's a slight breeze, they go in the direction of the wind. And this is definitely my favorite one. Probably my favorite one of all sculpture parks that I've been to. I just love the look and the feel of this one. And with the cones on top spinning around, it's awesome. And if you're in the mood for a photo op with a friend, look at this. A perfect opportunity. They've got a framed picture for you right there to stand in front of. How creative is that? And if you peek right through those trees there, you might be able to see the shiny very top of the dome of our St. Paul State Capitol. And then as we zoom out from there, our final sculpture of the day. This one reminds me of a playground slide. All shiny like that, like you could go in on the top and slide right down, but if you try to slide down this one, you're gonna be in for a pretty painful experience. No matter which one you go down, it's not gonna be fun. That would hurt. And so if you guys liked what you saw here today in this beautiful sculpture park here in St. Paul, please make sure that you go ahead and hit like on my YouTube channel. While you're at it, go ahead and hit subscribe and the little bell notification next to it so you can be the first to know when a new adventure comes out. And thank you guys so much for the support that you've given me so far. And until next time, I hope to catch you on the flip side.